Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and how the heck did I miss this? This was allegedly posted on December 17th. I feel like I would have seen it, but okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, they posted this article written by Blake Rasmussen, an android that Wizards built to imitate human writing. And it's titled, Theros Beyond Death, Buy a Box Production Error. I know, what a surprising and unexpected title from Wizards of the Coast. So it's pretty short, and I haven't actually read this yet, so let's just experience this together. So the buy a box promo for Theros Beyond Death includes 2 cards. I didn't know that. One foil Athreos the Shroud Veiled. Okay, that's the guy who drops coins on stuff and then like steals it when it dies or whatever. Resurrects it on your end, steals it on their end. Very overpowered, but also costs 6. So does limit what you can do with them, but still very overpowered. And the second card was one foil full art Nyx land. So basically like those really pretty looking Pokemon energy lands. Except in foil. I mean, that's kind of smart because, you can sit there and say, oh, well, maybe this will be a good buy box promo because they want to target maybe like a $5 to $15 card. Probably not even 15, probably like 5 to 10. Because it's like getting, $10 off the cost of the box, but only if you buy it at a store. It was a wonderful idea until like Nexus came around. And then they took a shot with those Minotaurs and those were like $1, if that, and just, yeah. If they just stick to something they know, fancy looking, fairly rare lands or, special art or whatever, that's going to have a guaranteed minimum price. So pretty smart there, betting on Athreos, but then also backing it up and hedging it, I guess you would say, with a foil Nyx land. I mean, I've said it before, those have got to be $10 minimum. They just have to be. In foil. I think they'll be lucky to hit 50 cents in non-foil. But anyway, they do say customers are eligible to get 1 buy a box pack for each box of draft boosters, which is the normal boosters that they renamed, or collector's boosters that they buy. So FYI, it's, okay, I suspect this is the bad part because it starts with however. So, however, due to a production error, the lands in these packs, oh no! The lands in these packs are non-foil. Oh, guys, isn't it more fun when I don't read ahead? Because I, unintentionally set that up like a volleyball spike and then just smashed it in people's faces. I kid you not, I purposely shrunk the window so that I could scroll down one paragraph at a time. Oh, guys, what a great job they did picking out a $10 floor card. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies, no sparklies for you. So it's just a regular ass land, some little frickin' 35-cent land that's gonna come in the normal boosters. Well, ain't that a bitch? At least Athreos should be worth a little bit of money. Oh, but then they go on to say a reprint with proper foil treatment is currently underway, and we will ship the replacement lands as soon as possible. The lands will arrive in a separate shipment after or around pre-release. And I mean, pre-release is the earliest time that you can buy a box, so these might actually show up on time. So I guess in theory, if they show up on time, or even later, whatever, eventually you'll get one sealed opaque little mini booster thing with Athreos and a regular land, and then you'll get another little mini sealed booster opaque thingy with an actually foil land. But then they go on to say for North America and Japan, which really are 2 drastically different places, this should mean that most stores have the foil Nyx lands available sometime around pre-release weekend, January 17th through the 19th, by the way. For other regions, it's likely that the foil Nyx lands will arrive after that date. So really what they said in the earlier paragraph was they were just lying. That only applied to Japan and North America. I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that that's because the ones for North America are printed in North America and the ones for Japan are printed in Japan. Not 100% sure, but that would make sense. So obviously, stores will receive the same number of replacement foil Nyx lands as buy a box packs, so any player who participates in the buy a box promotion while supplies last should also receive a foil Nyx land. Actually, the way you phrase that, I think maybe the secondary ones won't be in individually wrapped opaque things, so your store might be able to keep them a little bit easier, although they kind of have to hand them out 1-to-1 to the people who got the buy a box promos. But boy, I sure hope they read their WPN messages or whatever, because they'll have to know to write down who got them and then get their contact info and then scratch them off of a list when they pick them up, and it's gonna be kind of a pain. That is if they show up later than the pre-release. Well, in effect, the final statement here, which is I really should read ahead at this point, is please make sure to check with your local store to see how they plan to handle redemption of the foil Nix lands. Which they should do everything I just said. That's how they should handle it. So this is like kind of funny and kind of sad. It just outlines, since this involves two different printing facilities, probably just how careless the Wizard staff can be at points. I assume this is their fault, not the printing facilities within S. Both accidentally printing on the wrong paper. I think they just forgot to tell them to print them in foil. Or if you want to put on your little tinfoil hat, they actually never intended them to be foil, and then they turned around and said, I don't think Athreos is good enough. Let's make them in foil. Let's just run a second run and say we made a mistake. But see, that seems far-fetched because it's like, why would you just get one regular land? You get those in every single regular booster. Like, I kind of don't buy the conspiracy side of this, but it is nice that they're making it right. They could have just covered it up and never said anything. But then once again, I feel like people would be wondering, like, why am I getting a random land in here? That's odd. Like, it's literally the buy a box promo. You're getting 36 lands in your 36 boosters. Oh, hey, little Jimmy, guess what? You're getting a 37th one. Merry Christmas. But yeah, I have a feeling at certain stores is going to turn into a disorganized shitstorm. People are going to be trying to double claim them or forgetting to claim them, and then the store will get stuck with them, which then they'll feel shady, and yeah. So I guess when Wizards placed the order at all the printing facilities, they just forgot to specify that they're supposed to be foil. Clicked the wrong button. I don't know how any of this works. Wrote the wrong line in an email. Who knows? It probably is just like a checkbox on a form or something. And you got to double check your work. I mean, this is going out worldwide to over 6,000 stores. Like, you've got to be kidding me that you wouldn't, like, read the form over once again before you send it in. And before you go bitch at people on Twitter for pretend racism. Which, honestly, I'd like to imagine is why whoever did this sped through it. Because that's more important to their day than, their actual job and the actual company image. They really need to get rid of the staff that keep perpetually making these idiotic mistakes. I mean, seriously. Or not even get rid of them, but just have a corporate culture of like, this is important, we're huge, we're the biggest card game in the world, everyone knows our company name, let's maintain a certain image in everything we do, every product, double check everything, triple check everything, have multiple people check everything. I mean, the sheer number of typos and spelling errors, and I didn't even make a video on this because I just can't independently verify this, but in the last couple sets, there have been like dozens of translation errors in multiple languages in multiple cards. They don't spend money on good translators. They don't have their translators double check their work. They don't have an independent translator verify the work. And then this is what you get. But if you didn't hear about this, some of the SJW idiots who work there purposely like changed the gender like adjectives and stuff on certain languages where you can't do that or it doesn't make sense, but they're too stupid to know that the language works that way. So they like changed one from like a male to a female or like a generic, or I don't even remember what it was, but I saw a couple examples. And then everybody from the country reading it is like, but that is grammatically incorrect. That's not how our language works. And it has nothing to do with actual human gender. Like, if you say Eos, it actually means they. Like, literally they, not those guys in Spanish. Like, that is what it actually truly means in the most generic context. So the carelessness, the activism, the just disinterest in doing their job correctly, rushing through everything. And I have a feeling that that's a side effect of the fact that, according to, like, literally everybody on Glassdoor.com, they do not pay anybody what they should, like the industry standard wages for, like, any position. And there's no accountability for mistakes at the entire company, just, like, as a rule. So, like, there's a lot of corporate restructuring and policy changes that would need to be done to, like, clean this up and make them, stop making mistakes. Because if you make a mistake like this, nothing happens. The mindset of the person who made it, who wants to think of themselves as somebody who didn't just make a giant mistake, they're like, oh, well, I fixed it, though. And they just move on. They're not like, oh my gosh, they just docked my pay $5,000 because it made the company look like idiots again. I better never do this again, or I'm fired. I better never make another card like Oko and let that go through testing again, or I am going to lose my job or take a pay cut or get demoted or whatever. Like, holy shit, I better really, really double down on my effort and do my job. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, I hate like high pressure, stressful work, conditions, but like at a certain point, you need to just tighten it up, total, like, anything goes free for all clearly is not working because stuff like this keeps happening. So anyway, thanks for watching. I can't wait to cover the next massive screw up from Wizards. I'll see you guys next video.